Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to code, and the code we are talking about here is web development, right? So we are going to learn how to write code that would allow us to create websites like these, the CNN one here, which people can actually interact with, click, and even read news, got sections and start reading news. So this is basically what we want to end up being able to do. But there is quite a number of hurdles which we need to pass for us to actually be able to reach here. So first of all, we need to learn something called HTML and CSS. For starters, let's just say HTML and CSS, and I'm going to reveal more stuff we will need to learn later on. But for now, just know that we are going to learn HTML and CSS so that we will end up being able to create websites like this. So I'm going to sort of take a detour a little bit so that when we actually start writing code, you will sort of understand the reason why we are doing it the way we are doing, and also the reason why we are even doing it at the first place. So I have an app here which I've loaded that I'm going to use for demonstration purposes, so we'll draw a lot. Now we all know computers, right? Let me draw a computer here. Let's change the default color. I think if we put the default color, this one, and I'm going to draw a computer, right? We all know computers. This is a computer. Let me try to make it look like a real computer. Okay, change that color. All right, this is a computer. Okay, so if you have your own computer in your house like this and you are not connected to the internet, you pretty much can only access things that are in your computer, right, and nowhere else. Even if you try to type something on a browser while you're not connected to the internet, you sort of like get a blank screen or some error saying you blah blah, you need to be connected to the internet, what, right? Same applies with your phone, right? Same applies with your phone. Oh, this looks like a phone. Same applies with your phone, your smartphone here. If you are not connected to the internet, if you do not have internet bundle in here, you are pretty much stuck with the content that is inside your phone memory, right? So if you are going to watch a video, you can only watch a video that is inside your phone. Now, there is the internet. The internet comes, and where does the internet fit in as much as your computer is concerned? So the way the internet is, or the way the internet works, is that it's just a connection, really. It's inter-network. It's a network. Because a network is a connection of, of two or more computers. That's a network. Now, an internet is actually an inter-network, as in it's a connection of more than just few computers, but computers that are around the globe, right? So in these connections, there are different types of computers. We have they say laptop or desktop, maybe a desktop, laptop. We have a laptop here and we have a phone. A phone is some kind of computer also. And then it's connected. Let me take an arrow. It's connected to the internet. Same with this one. Let's connect it to the thing called the internet. Did I pick the right one? This one is connected to this thing, which is here, called the internet. Okay. So, okay, let me put like a circle here. Call this internet. Right. Maybe let me also label it. We call it internet. Internet. All right. So this is the internet to which your computer or your smartphone is connected, because you have internet data, right? So you're connected here, and this would allow you to say type something like this one, CNN, and then you get something you can read. Okay, right. But how does all these things work? Like this internet feels like a black box. Okay, what is happening in or on the internet, right? What is really happening? So for us to actually understand what the internet really is, let's forget that it's a single thing like this, but it's actually a combination of a lot of things. So we have other computers, right? Different type of computers, right? And on the internet, we have computers that are called servers, right? So this one is just a laptop or desktop or whatever. And then we have servers on the internet. So when you are actually connected to the internet and you type www.cnn.com, like this one here, what basically happens is your web browser sends a message to a computer on the internet, computer that belong to CNN, right? That, okay, computer, the CNN computer, please check your hard drive or wherever you store your stuff and give me what you have in there, right? And CNN computer says, okay, I will do that, and then it sends it back, right? This is actually possible because there is the internet, right? It's actually possible because there is the internet. If there was no internet, that wouldn't have been possible. So this is what happens. All right. So these computers here are often computers that are waiting just for that, to get requests from these other computers for something, and then they just respond, right, with something. And what do they respond with for us to actually end up having this display, these nice pictures and this text here? We will go deeper and actually get to understand what do these computers send. So this might be maybe another computer, maybe for a website called example.com. Let's say example.com, right? So if we do that to example.com, it means that what we basically did is we have sent another request to example.com and said, please give us what we have got. And then example.com said, okay, sure, and it sent back. right? So these ones here, these computers that oftenly just wait for these requests to be sent to them, and then they respond, are called servers, right? They are called what? Servers. These are servers here. Servers, they are connected to the internet, and they are just waiting there for our computers, laptops, and even smartphones to send requests, and then they send back the response with what these guys here requested. Actually, what sends the request, what starts the whole sending of requests is actually this browser here. So the browser sends this request. There's a lot more things that happen, but I just want to simplify things so that we have somewhere to start, and what we are going to learn ahead makes a lot of sense. So we send this request, and then a response is returned. What is actually returned is not really these things we are seeing, but it's something else, right? If you want to see that something else, we just need to right click on our browser, and then we say view page source. Still loading. So this is what we receive really from these servers. This is what we receive. But then what will happen is that the browser knows how to read this, and then it displays something like this to us humans. Instead of letting us read this, right? This here, the browser made everything easier for us and gave us this. So let me show you an example. I'm going to close here so that you are certain that I'm not lying to you. So this is an article, isn't it? So if we say view, so just think, if every time we actually click somewhere or we type here, a request is sent, and then the response is returned, and then this response is actually something that is here where we say view page source, right? This is the response we got from the server, and then our browser is doing us the favor of typing, of displaying, I mean. So for example, let's try to search this part here. You will see that it's there. Say copy, and you come here to say Control F to search, Control F for Windows. You see that we actually have this text right here, right? This is the text. Let me see. Now it's very long. Apparently it looks like it's just one huge line, but the text is actually there, right? There it is. Right, so this is the text. I think now I'm seeing it in a clearer way. I don't know what was actually happening. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you see, there is a P here, and then after that there's class, and then they wrote a lot of things inside here, and then they wrote data editable text, data what, and that P has another partner P here, but with a slash here, and then this text is enclosed inside. I think what I'm talking about is very clear here, right? You see, we have this thing, it's div with these angle brackets here, it's here and here, right? So we have div, and then after that we have class interactive video underscore underscore metadata, and then it's like here it's opening, and then here it's closing. The same here, it's opening, and here it's closing. And this one span, it comes up to here, it's opening, and then it has stuff in between, and here it's closing. Fig caption, here it's opening, and here it's closing. So this is what we got from the server. This is what we got from the server. This is what the browser understands actually. So the browser needs this for it to be able to actually come to humans and say, okay, here is the stuff to read, right? So now this source here is actually saved in memory, right? It's saved in memory. So a request was sent to the server, and then in memory we got this, and then the browser took it and printed here. Now let me show you something that is less complicated. So if we inspect view page source, if we view page source on example.com, you see we have much simpler stuff, right? Can you see here it's written example domain? Can you see there is example domain at the top here, and in here it's called title, right? Can you see? And then they have something else here, right? Look, they have something else that is written in a way we haven't looked at before, right? So they have like body, and then they start talking about background color, and then they put something we don't probably understand, and they say margin 0, padding 0. So margin sort of like makes sense, I guess, to almost everyone. Then they say font family. I think this makes sense also, right? Then they have width, 600 pixels. Width is known to everyone. Maybe 600 px might be complicated to others. And then they have what we have been looking at here. So they have the beginning, the opening one, and the closing one, and something in between. And then they have that P again we looked at, right? And something in between. And this is the content that is here. This is the content that is right here. Example domain, this is the content that is here, right? So there's really there are no secrets here. There's nothing secret, but this code here, we need to understand that more or less is written by humans. So to simplify, let's just say this code here is written by humans. And after writing that code, what do? They take that code and upload it somewhere. They upload it on servers, right? They upload the code on the server. So where they put the code, we could say they hosted the code somewhere. So the code is hosted on a server, and then when a client, so these computers, we can call them clients. So when a client sends a request, the server responds with that code. And when that code reaches the browser in this client, then the browser interprets it, and then humans are now able to see stuff. Okay, so I hope that is clear to you, and in the coming video we are going to look deeper into this part here, which is essentially what we are here for: writing code such that the browser can take it and then produce something like this, right? Produce something like this. So we are going to start exploring something called, HTML. That is the code we will use to tell the browser what to do. So thank you guys for watching, and I am going to see you in the next one.